How tired I am of my good and my evil. Is all poverty and dirt and a miserable ease. What good is my pity? Is not my pity cross upon which he who loves man is nailed? But my pity is no crucifixion. Nice. It is not sin but your
Andrew, peace. Yeah, peace and love, man. Delicious. Right, well, here we have this this has got me my new favourite wine, man. It's Andrew Peace Shiraz 2019. It's 13.5%, man. It's quite a strong wine, but boy, is it tasty. Bursting with blackberries, and then just underneath it, there's a hint of cherries. Oh man, that is gorgeous. That's a great drop of wine, that is, man. Good drop of vino, I must say. Gonna read all about him on the back there. That is the best wine I have tasted for a good long time, man, I'll tell you. That's really hitting the palate nicely, that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a rather dimly lit Spiz HQ, because we found this. I was going through my bookcase and I came across this, which I don't know if you can see it in this rather weird light, but it's a Pride and Prejudice book, but it's got these rather nice sort of illustrations, and it's all sort of got tracing paper, which is weird, you know. It's sort of like tracing paper on these illustrations, and it's it looks like it could be quite old. And is it worth anything? That was obviously that's the first thing that comes into my mind, man. How much is it? How much could it get for on eBay? But yeah, it's all very, very roughly sort of cut there. It's a weird thing. Why on earth would I have this in my collection, man? I can't remember why on earth I would even have this. So Pride and Prejudice. We're going to go on the line on the internet, folks. And we're going to find out. It's published by a company called Richard Clay. Is it Richard Clay? Yes, they've done all those little drawings away at the back there. Pride and Prejudice. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see. At the pantry or something like that bit says. What are the last words in Pride and Prejudice, folks? Go on, have a guess. And it won't be the end. That doesn't count, and that's not allowed. So the last words in Pride and Prejudice are: Mrs. Collins, seeing that she was really unwell, did not press her to go, and as much as possible prevented her husband from pressing her. But Mr. Collins could not conceal his apprehension of Lady Catherine's being rather displeased by her staying at home. And that is it. So yeah, Richard Clay and Sons Limited, London and Hungary. Oh, right. So let's get online and see how much this is worth. So there's Pride and Prejudice. Illustrated by H.M. Brock. Look at that, sort of slightly written in there, doesn't it? It's weird, man, isn't it? Right, so let's shifty this. There's a list of the illustrations there, look. At the pianoforte. Oh, that's the last one. Okay, here we go. Well, so far, folks, I've found a couple of them on eBay, but they're not the same. They're all sort of different. One was worth £1,000. I've worked out that the Roman numerals on this one, we have MDCCCXCV111. Three. That's 1898. That is. So this has been. What's this? 100. Wow, man, 122 years old. This book is. Mad, isn't it? When you think about it, it's been on the go for that length of time, and it's still here, and it's still readable. You could still quite happily make your way through that. It does. It's got a bit of a musty smell in it, I must admit, but for being 122, that's not bad, is it? Have I got that right? 1898. Let me do a quick summary. I'm sure I'm right. All right, folks. So what I can ascertain about this book is that it comes in 10 volumes of Jane Austen's novels. This one is volume 1. And together, you know, I was looking at some of them, and these gold ones, these mint condition first edition sort of things, £1,000 for a whole set of 10 of them. And I was like, oh, get in. But singly and in a state like this, £9.95 for some of them. But there were some of them that were going for like 45 quid. So that's not too bad, man. So I reckon if I went into a bookshop and said, hey, man, look at this really, you know, if I kind of did my research on it, which I've done obviously, and you know, it's been illustrated by H.M. Brock, who was a famous Victorian 19th century illustrator of these sort of books, and it comes in at 10 volumes with 210 pages per volume. Not a lot of sort of foxing on the pages, they're all quite clear. A few rough edges, but other than that, the spine looks like it could do with a lot of work, and you can't really see the front cover. But, you know, it's a thing that's 122 years old, man. I'm holding 122 years worth of history. When this is brand spanking new, it's like, you know, it was like a nice new book that I've got down here. It'd probably be something like this, you know, be like that, man. That's, you know, and that, I mean, will that last 122 years? I'll probably end up in a skip somewhere after I've read it, and, you know, well, I mean, I'll obviously keep it, but when I die...
It sums back in the old days, look. So that becomes 1, and that becomes 10. 8 from 10 is 2. So that becomes 9, and that becomes 1, and that becomes 1. 11 from 9 is 2, and then that is R1. Because 9 from 8, and that's a 0. Yeah, so 122 years old. I'm right. There we go, folks. A bit complicated way of doing arithmetic, but that's how we did it back in the day. So if I handed that into the teacher, what we would get would be a red tick. Correct. There you go. Well done. Or you get a VG. Yeah, sometimes, or you get a star and the dreaded see me. Oh no, what have I done wrong now? Yeah, so that's what sometimes you'll get. That's the one.